Hi everyone.
Hello there. Cooking
So
time.
exciting.
Cooking time.
With my dear, beautiful friend. Now,
First
things first.
First things first.
Glass of
Here's to a
wine.
great lunch.
Here's to a great lunch. Cheers.
Good.
Now you have to have a glass of wine to do this. So, okay.
Yes. Okay.
So now
Right.
we have
2 lemons.
2 lemons.
Right. Good.
That's for near the end, but you've got to have a couple of lemons towards the end. Oh, do you know what we haven't got? We haven't got out the parmesan, which we'll need at the end as well. So that's okay. So
right.
Nan's going to get the parmesan out, but that's not till the end. Okay, we're getting overexcited here. So first of all, we have vegetables. Now, we don't put potato in.
We don't. Okay.
No, we don't need potato, Nan. So.
We need a sweet potato, don't we?
Yeah. No, not in risotto. No.
Not in risotto.
No, so we've got an onion.
Right.
And pumpkin.
Yes.
Onion, pumpkin, and a carrot.
Yes.
In there.
Absolutely
all organised by Nan.
Yes.
And green beans.
Fresh beans.
Fresh beans. Now you can really put whatever vegetables you like in your risotto. Quite often I always put pumpkin in. And some sort of greens, so you can put beans or broccoli. Broccoli cooks a bit too quickly probably, but other greens that you might like. And rocket goes really well. And spinach. Yep.
Right.
And then we've got, of course, arborio rice, which is risotto rice. We have our dry white wine.
We're not drinking that, right?
No, I'm drinking the other bottle.
Yeah, we got some chicken. Yeah. And we got some
peppercorns.
Peppercorns.
Those are for the brave. Peppercorns for the brave. Because when you chew on a peppercorn, it's...
I know what it tastes like. Yes, I do.
And here we have the rice cooker.
Now, parmesan.
We don't need that part of the rice cooker. That's the little steamer part. So we'll just put that aside over there. Now, what we'll do first, I'll explain first, is we'll chop up the onion and garlic if you've got it and you want to put garlic in, and we'll brown, and the chicken, and we'll brown that in the rice cooker first.
Do you need oil for that?
We need some olive oil for that. Yes, thank you.
Right.
Yes.
Can do.
Oh, and it's a good brand too.
Nice olive oil.
Did you see how much they're charging for this?
Yes, I did.
At the IGA, this bottle, they're charging $18. $18 for a bottle of olive oil now.
Okay.
Gosh, they're ripping people off. Now,
now where are we up to?
Now, another sip of wine. Oh. Another sip of wine. Now we're ready for that bit.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so now I'm going to turn off.
Turn it off and we'll do the chopping.
We'll chop all the veggies up ready and then we'll go through the next bit.
Thanks.
Hi, we're back again. I forgot one thing. You have to choose your weapon.
I got mine.
And Nan's got hers. So this is choose your weapon time for doing the chop. And you've got to chop everything up quite small. So we'll show you that and the size when we've done the chopping, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in the rice cooker, and you can see here, I'm just going to pick up the phone. Hello.
Hi.
And I'm going to show you, okay, so here's the rice cooker, and this part here, you'll see one light will come on when you turn it on. Sorry. So one light comes on, which means it's starting to warm up. So we've got finely chopped onions, small chopped carrots, 2 cups of arborio rice, a really large chopped chicken breast. You can use whatever meat you like. Beans, small chopped pumpkin. Things have to be able to cook in about 20 minutes, which is about the time it takes for rice to cook. Okay? So I'll just pop this back up there. So I can do it without making a mess.
Excellent.
Someone will have to edit this. maybe one of the grandchildren.
Yes.
So, you can't quite see the light on this, but that's okay. That's right.
Doesn't matter, you showed them before.
Now, olive oil.
Yes.
Talked about olive oil before.
Just a drizzle.
No, we'll
drizzle.
put quite a bit in. Quite a bit of olive oil in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to turn this on. We're going to push the button down so that it turns on. Now I have to just hold it down a bit because it hasn't got the weight of the rice in it. And I'm just going to wait for it to heat up a little bit. And while we're waiting for it to heat up, we'll just have a sip of wine.
We'll have to sit down and eat this, you know.
Cheers. Okay. So we're going to put the onions in. So that's enough weight for the button to stay down. I'll just lift the pot up so you can see the button there and the light's on. So while the button's down, that means that, yeah, it's down. That means that the element in the bottom of the cooker is at its hottest. And that'll heat up enough, believe it or not, to brown the onions and the chicken. It will. Okay, so I'm just going to find a wooden spoon to stir with. Oh, there we go. Nan's got one.
You have two sizes. What would you like?
Oh, well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Go.
So I'm just going to spread out the onions that Nan has so beautifully chopped up. And we're just waiting for the pot to warm up now, and it'll start sizzling soon, which means that, yeah, things can start browning. So we'll probably just turn the video off for a sec. So, can you hear it?
Yep, onion is sizzling.
Onion is sizzling, yes.
Yeah, it smells good too.
So what we'll do is we'll cook the onion a little bit so that it can sort of like brown a little bit without there being any moisture in there, just the oil. And then we'll throw the chopped up chicken in and get that browning. So this all has to happen in around about 20 minutes of the schedule of the rice cooker being down. What I have done in the past, a little bit naughty, do not try this at home. I take a wooden spoon and I put it on the lever to hold it down, and I put something heavy on the lever, and that holds on the spoon, and that holds the lever down for the whole time. But today we're going to do it where we get all the browning done in the first 20 minutes, and then when we put the rice in, we're going to mix the rice in. It'll get like coated with a bit of oil, and then we'll put cold water in, and then we can reset this. So once the rice cooker feels that the rice is cooked, the lever will pop up, and then you can't cook again in it unless it resets itself, which means it needs to cool down. So that's why then we'll put cold water in with the rice, which is what you normally do anyway, and then we can push the lever back down again for the final part of the cooking. Okay? Makes sense?
Water or stock?
Well, yeah, no, stock, and we'll probably have a bit of water and some white wine. Okay, so you've got to have dry white wine.
Yeah.
So I'm using a Sauv Blanc, and this Sauv, the word's back to front because we're,
okay.
you know,
right.
mirror image.
Yeah, okay. I'll work it out.
And this Ango's long row is actually vegan friendly because it's not filtered with any egg or milk products. So I like to have that, but you can't get it very many places, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Did you get that down the road?
Yeah, this is from the Buffalo next to the IGA.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
okay.
So they're the only ones I've found so far. I haven't even found a place in Brisbane yet that has this. So
just learned something.
yeah, there you go. But you can use any brand. Apparently, Yellowtail wines they're all vegan friendly as well, as far as I know, but I don't like them very much. Oops. Oops. Don't know if I should have said that. Okay, you want to have a look at that cookie?
I do. I want to have a look and I want to have a stir. Okay, so you've got to let this brown right up.
Well, let it cook a little bit.
A little bit, so it's okay.
Because just keep in mind we've got 20 minutes.
So right. Is that down?
It's down. Yeah.
Down, okay.
Yeah, it's down.
Okay.
So what we might do is put the chicken in now that's getting quite hot.
Right. Take note, everyone, I'm using my pig. Right. He's been a bit stubborn today.
Oh, get in there a bit. They're all a bit stuck on there.
Right, in.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Right, Muddy, you can slip under that guy for another
There you go. So I'm going to let you do a bit of the
just
looking after the pot.
Looking after the pot. Yep, yep.
And just remember that the camera's there, and you can look at the camera and you can stick your tongue out or whatever you want.
That's right. Yeah.
Be a funny Nan. Have you seen that Italian Nonna?
Nonna,
on
I
TV?
love her. I love her. I love her. She's beautiful. Yeah. I hope you get to see this, Steve, because you're a good cook, mate. He's cooking lunch today.
Oh, is he?
On the weather.
Oh,
apparently.
nice. So you might want to just leave it to just
let it sit for a minute,
just let it sit so that it can brown.
Okay.
And then, so after this browning step,
water.
The machine will turn itself off, and then we'll add the rice, the cold water, the stock, the white wine, and the vegetables. Mix it all up together. Actually, we'll add the rice first and mix that in with so it gets a bit of oil on it, and then we'll throw everything else in. And reset the machine to cook like it would cook a normal batch of rice. So this risotto isn't as creamy as one you would make if you're stirring it all the time, but it does make a beautiful rice dish.
It's yummy.
Yes.
Yummy, yummy.
Beautiful rice.
I've sampled it many times. Right.
And another sip of wine.
Another sip of
Come
wine.
on.
Oh, God, come on. Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Hey, we're both in floral today. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, very nice.
You've got more purple on than me.
I know. How about that?
So, how much water do you think? 1 cup? 2 cups?
Now, how much is in here?
2.
Is that 2 cups or 1 cup?
Come on.
Hang on. 2 cups.
Specsavers or something, would you? Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going
2 cups.
I'm going to put my really groovy reading glasses on.
Scott.
How groovy are they?
I'll just leave mine on. We can't see out of them anyway, so there you go. So you've got a
2
cup.
cups. 2 cups. So we've got 2 cups.
That's all you need, so you don't need water.
We need 1 cup of water.
1 cup of water. Okay.
So it depends on how much white wine you want in there. So we can put 2 cups of wine or a cup of water and a cup of wine. I think that's pretty cool.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
I'll sleep well anyway.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
when you cook risotto, when you cook with arborio rice, you need quite a lot more liquid. And normally, if you're cooking in a cooker like this, if you cook 2 cups of rice, you would only have 2 cups of water in there. Because we're using arborio rice and we want it to be like a risotto, we double the amount of water. So for 2 cups of rice, we're using 4 cups of liquid. And that's how it works.
So you just need the pepper medley. You don't need any other condiments of any kind.
Well, we might need to add a little bit of extra salt.
It's up there.
So we'll just put a bit of salt. And yeah, then it's really at the end then are the extra flavourings that you mix through, like the lemon juice the chopped basil.
So we're going to cut a couple of lemons.
Yep. Lemon juice, chopped basil. Parmesan.
How much parmesan do we need?
Yeah, we probably ought. I usually just like throw a bit in, but seeing as we're doing a video, we probably ought to. Guess what? We're using West Care Parmesan from Aldi.
Australian made.
Australian made. How good is that? And it's reasonable, affordable.
Okay.
I reckon we would use.
About half a cup or something?
Yeah, about half a. Could you think that's about half a cup in there?
No, it's not. I'll measure it out.
I think Nan had better measure out the amount of parmesan, because I'm so used to making this that I just sort of throw things in and I don't know, it turns out okay. So when it comes to measurements, I'm a bit rusty. Thank goodness Nan's here, because then you're getting the full picture. So we're measuring out half a cup of parmesan. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I reckon that's a bit there. Yeah.
There you go, I reckon.
Okay, so we've discovered we have some garlic in a jar.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to add
2 dessert spoonfuls.
2 spoons of garlic.
Yum.
Yummy.
Right.
Into the mix.
Right.
So it's
and now
kind of bubbling away. And I'm just hoping. Seems like the chicken was quite moist, which has added a bit of a bit too much water to the pot. So you've always got to just juggle that a little bit and hope that it.
So do I tip a little bit of water out? Do you think?
No, because this is coming off. It's
just about ready.
Steaming. So now we've done some lemon zest ready for at the end, and Nan's just juicing a couple of lemons.
This can go in with that?
Absolutely, beautiful. You're going to do okay, I'm recording.
Yes, I'm going to chop this.
Hi. So I'm going to show you inside the rice cooker, if I can. See how it's really cooking well, and it's actually starting to brown, and that's how you want it to be. So it's probably better to not stir it too much, just stir it enough so that everything gets a bit of oil on it, and it's I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's looking good.
And it smells amazing.
I'm getting really hungry.
And it's browning beautifully, which is exactly what you need. So chicken and mushroom is sort of the basic one I do. This one's just a variation, and that's okay. You can also add a bit of bacon, or you can just do bacon and pumpkin and your vegetables. You can use anything. You could use sausages. You could chop up sausages and brown them in with the onions and garlic and make a sausage risotto. It all works. And then you'd get, if you had some beautiful flavoured sausages, then you'd get that beautiful flavour through your risotto. So it really depends on what you want to do, and then you can have different flavours every time you cook. Hi, we're back again. So this is beautifully browned now. The lever hasn't popped up. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So if it looks like, the onions and the chicken and that is browned well enough, then just go ahead and add the rice. So we're adding 2 cups of arborio rice. Into the rice cooker. And this is one of our friend's beautiful ceramic bowls that he's made.
And it's my favourite.
And Nan's favourite. So I'm going to mix this up so that a bit of the olive oil goes over the rice. Don't know why, but sometimes we don't know why, and that's okay. Right. So that's all mixed up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 cups of stock. This is chicken stock. You can use whatever stock you like. You can use stock cubes as long as it's 2 cups. Pour it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off so that it can reset itself. And because we definitely want that 20 minutes of rice cooking. We don't want it to pop up.
So what next do you want, dear?
So we want a cup of would you
water?
like to put that cup of water in, Nan?
Certainly do.
Of water. And then I need to measure a cup of white wine. So if you can hold the measuring cup over there, that would be just beautiful. Okay, in goes the dry white wine.
I'm going to have leftovers here. Yum.
And then we'll give that a little bit of a stir. Just get it all stirred up.
What do you want next?
And then in on top, we'll put the veggies. So I'm going to pop the carrots in. And the pumpkin and beans. Pumpkin first.
You might know, different coloured pig this time.
Different coloured pig. Oh, so some of those beans jumped. They went, doo, 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 I'm out of here. Hang on, let's rescue these beans. 2 beans. 5-second rule, Nan.
Yep.
They're in the pot. Okay, now we're going to put a few peppercorns in. And it's a new packet, so I just need to open the top up. And I usually just sort of, it's probably, what would you say, half a teaspoon?
Yeah, around that.
About half a teaspoon of peppercorns in there. You can put more in if you like. I love it. I usually put more.
Whatever.
And now we put the lid on.
So your lemon juice.
Push the button down.
Okay.
And it is now cooking the rice.
All right. So that and that and that goes in
at the
last.
end. Yeah. Okay. So once it's cooked, we add the lemon juice, parmesan and herbs. We're using basil. I usually use basil. If you don't like basil, you prefer something else, then use a different herb, but it just really gives the risotto an oomph when it's basil. And I love basil. So.
Yeah, there you go.
So there we go. We've got basil all chopped up.
Ready to go.
Juice of 2 lemons plus some lemon zest from one of the lemons and Parmesan cheese. Okay.
Good to go.
Good to go. Give me 5. Give me 5 then.
Well done.
Hi. Okay, so this has been cooking for nearly 20 minutes. It's been bubbling away. I'm giving it a little bit of a stir. The veggies were all on the top because they kind of rise to the top in the liquid. So giving it a stir.
So then we've got to add the...
Not yet.
Not yet?
When it totally finishes.
Okay.
Just pop the lid back on. And
beautiful.
It's getting close to being ready.
Yeah, I'm getting very hungry. You know.
Okay, so the rice cooker just turned itself off, so I'm just going to lift it up carefully. Careful because part of it's hot, and you can, if you look closely, you can see that the button has gone up. Now the light is still on because that's keeping it warm. So we can turn it off at the power point now. Excuse me.
Did you get the right one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it's off now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the lid off. Oh, that smells so good.
I know.
Okay, now into that we're going to put basil.
Yes.
Beautiful basil.
Lovely. Out of my garden, by the way.
Out of the garden.
Yes.
Organic basil.
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice from 2 lemons and some lemon zest. if you're not really fond of lemon juice, you can, you know, sort of put a bit less in. And, oh, should do it this way.
Parmesan cheese, yes.
And parmesan. And then, pot will be hot. We just mix it all in.
And yay, yum.
Mix it all together. Veggies, everything all together. Oops,
Leave that.
that bit
Good
jumped
way.
out of the pot.
Kanisha, where are you? I think we have a different
And
spoon for
there-
that, and that's it.
Ooh, whoops. And there you have a beautiful risotto made in the rice cooker. Enjoy. It's been a pleasure. And I hope yours turns out just as delicious or better. Love ya. Bye.
How about this?
So, dishing up
Dinner time.
risotto. I'm right-handed, so sorry, that's in the way. See all the beautiful veggies and everything in there? How good does that look? And then you can add a bit of fresh basil. Oh,
Yep.
it's good if I'm in the picture. There you go, Nan. Oh, that's mine.
That's mine.
Okay.
This is mine, yes.
This is Nan's. So here we go.
Mum, two will be enough for now, thank you. Great. Excellent. Thank you. Enjoy. Thank you.